I remember Debbie and I started a college ministry out of our high school ministry about 20 years ago. As students graduated, we wanted to make sure they had a place to feel comfortable, to continue to grow in their faith. And we started in our living room, and about less than 10 people, and it was a great time, and that continued to grow. So we moved down to our family room, and eventually that continued to grow till it was maximum capacity, about 40 people in the building. You remember that?
I do. I remember being down in the basement and being packed in so tight, but actually in the summertime we would actually go outside to try and get more space because there were so many people we wouldn't fit downstairs.
Yeah, there's so many people that sometimes some students wouldn't stick around just because they felt uncomfortable with it being so crowded and uncomfortable. And Debbie and I dreamed a big dream. We felt like if we could put an addition onto our house, we could accommodate a lot of growth and keep some of those students that felt like it was too crowded for them to be there. And it took a lot of personal sacrifice and a lot of prayer and really God's faithfulness for that to come together to build an addition that would house that. And John, you remember that, or part of that too.
Yeah, I remember us all pitching in together to help build that addition. And not only did we worship together and disciple each other and grow together, but sacrificially serving together really helped cement the relationships in that group to have a radical risk and an investment in the future of that ministry.
That was such a great season of life and ministry, and I really have fond memories of how God really moved through that step of faith that we took. And now we find ourselves in another season of ministry here at East Haven where we are short on space and there's great need to be able to reach out to a growing community. And that's why we're doing Building for the Journey. And just like it took a lot of personal sacrifice and prayer and God's faithfulness, the same is true with Building for the Journey. And we hope that you will be a part of that and be willing to make an investment of that. And as we've seen, there's a lot of great personal reward and ministry reward out of that. For you, Mitch?
I am the man I am today because of the sacrifice that Joey and Debbie invested in the college group and invested in making their home a place that we would want to come together to be a part of college group.
Yeah. And here many years later, here you are again, John.
Yeah, I'm a product of that growth, of that investment, of that sacrifice. And here I am serving as a pastor now at East Haven 18 years later after surrendering to ministry in that large room that we helped build. And so God is so good in this growth process.
Yeah, as we find that sacrifice today results in ministry, fruit, and God's faithfulness in the future. So consider being a part of the Building for the Journey. It's an exciting time here at East Haven.